Gamescom opening day has come and gone, and these are some of the best sci-fi games that were announced. The creators of Mass Effect are making a new game called Exodus, and it has finally gotten a release date. Ooh. So you are Jan Aslan, who is a salvager that's turned traveler, and you're pulled into the fight of your life. You were really never meant to live and die scraping through this wreckage, and you are heir of the legendary traveler Orion Aslan. You have a unique gift that enables you to interface with celestial tech in ways no other human can. And now you'll lead a crew of unforgettable companions across the most dangerous reaches of space, where you'll explore ancient ruins that could save your homeworld, which is a celestial virus driving humanity toward extinction. And how you take on that fight is up to you. You can choose your look, gear, and your morality alignment to shape your journey. Exodus is coming April 7th, 2027. And if you enjoy this content, don't forget to subscribe. We saw more gameplay footage from Control Resonant, a new sci-fi game that's launching next month. In this game, you are Dylan Faden, who after years in confinement at the hands of the Federal Bureau of Control, merges into a warped Manhattan at the peak of a paranormal crisis. This game is a sequel to the award-winning Control, and you can explore the expansive zones of a city overrun by the corrupting influences of the chaotic hiss, which is an invasive microorganism, the mold, and other twisted paranormal threat. Zoe De Vera is Dylan's FBC handler, and she works as a supervisory special agent. She has a degree of authority and the ability to make decisions that really matter. She loves work, but she often struggles under the strict organizational structure and bureaucracy of a large federal agency. Control Resonant is coming in September. For Metro 2039, a huge sci-fi game that's coming very soon. So the year is 2039, and for a quarter of a century, the last survivors of the nuclear war have been locked in a bitter conflict that's deep in the Metro tunnels beneath the poisoned city of Moscow. And finally, they have been united by a single leader, but he's a fanatical Spartan who's known as the Hunter. But unfortunately, there is no peace. Hunter's regime rules through the propaganda and fear that subjugates the population in the name of a new war for the surface against a dark and terrifying enemy. And in the wilderness that's beyond the city, the reclusive stranger is haunted by violent waking nightmares. But when the ghosts of his past force him out of exile, he must actually undertake the hollowing journey into the shallowed ruins of Moscow. Unfortunately, he goes to the place he swore he'd never go, the Metro. You can experience the most shocking Metro adventure yet in this powerful single-player story that weaves exploration, survival, combat, and stealth across a crazy, hauntingly beautiful but deadly world that has unparalleled immersion.
What the fuck?
Metro 2039 is coming in February 2027. There was a sci-fi third-person shooter RPG called Cinder City. It looks pretty good. In Cinder City, you're trying to take back Seoul. You can become a Cinder Knight, and each of you has unique abilities. You stand as one of the last lines of defense against a maniacal Hyde group. There's twisted creatures and hostile factions that strike without warning. The city is fallen. No ground is safe. So you can use your abilities, hold your role, and fight to take back what was lost. You can fight with different tactics. You have tactical gear with distinct uses like drones and stealth. You have vehicles like bikes, power loader mechs, and aircraft that scatter across the open world. And your strategy and loadout can decide every fight. You can choose different missions. You have epic story missions, side missions, dynamic events that fill the open world. And you can take on the missions solo, or you can actually team up with other players. And the choices you make will shape what the city becomes. You have field bosses, you have dungeons, you have massive world raids, and the threats in Seoul don't actually stop, and neither do you. You can divide roles, you can execute strategy, and build your character around how you play. So whether it's actually a dungeon or a raid, co-op comes together.
나도 예외일 순 없었다.
전방 좌우 확보 클리어. 내부 상황 확보. 전전 위험 없음.
우리의 미래에 아직 구원이 남아있을까?
Capcom announced a new Mega Man called Dual Override. While Dr. Light is away from the lab, the robots at the ongoing robot exhibition suddenly go haywire. So it's up to Mega Man and Proto Man to restore peace to the city. You can play as either Mega Man or Proto Man. You can transcend the limits with Override to find out the truth behind this incident. You can play as Mega Man, who is a robot with a gentle nature and a strong sense of justice. He uses his trusty Mega Buster, as well as a range of special weapons to fight for everlasting peace. There's an override system that allows robots to release their limiter and gain strength beyond their normal capabilities for a short amount of time. Unfortunately, the downside is, once override mode is finished, it leaves the robot vulnerable, with various functions performing at reduced levels. Ooh, that's rough. So it's important to take timing into consideration. There's special weapons developed that analyze special powers of the robot masters that Mega Man defeats, and each weapon has its own characteristic. Unfortunately, unlike the Mega Buster, these weapons actually consume weapon energy. There's a custom chip system that both Mega Man and Proto Man have actually been outfitted with that provides upgrades, and you can improve their functionalities. There's robot masters. There's unique and vibrant robot masters that await at the end of each stage that try to stop Mega Man and Proto Man. And even some of them are actually returning from previous games. There's Twinkle Girl. She's an apprentice entertainer robot. Her desire is to perform on the main stage, as unfortunately it's sparked out of control. And now she's on a fireworks rampage. This is Mega Man Dual Override. And you can play this game in 2027. A new horror sci-fi game was announced called Dust Origins. So this game is an action horror shooter that's set aboard the doomed orbital prison Limbo 6. And it's imagined by the creators of Darksiders, Battle Chasers, and Ruined King, a League of Legends. So you're abruptly freed from a cryo prison, and you escape murderer's row of violent criminals and horrifying monsters before the station tears itself apart. And there's actually more than one way to escape, but unfortunately, as we know, actions have consequences. And ammo is scarce and resources are actually limited, so how you approach the situation actually matters. And you'll have to be strategic in how you survive the onslaught of enemies and the hazards. Every sector, you will deepen the horrors that await. Will you make it out? Your actions make a real difference in how the story unfolds. There's actually multiple paths, there's different endings. Anyone can live and anyone can die. And there's more than one way off of Limbo 6.